Spedding and all their guitar. Mark said, no, it wasn't.
No, Pistols. That was the Pistols. Everyone said Chris Spedding. No, he didn't. No.
And Mark said Chris Spedding let people think it and never denied it, so people thought it was him, but it wasn't.
No, it was Jones, Steve Jones. In fact, there was quite a good series on, did you ever see that classic albums? And they would talk to the producer in a studio and he'd have the master tapes up. Rumours were that Steve Jones didn't play guitar. I said, well, he bloody did, and he showed how he built his guitars up. And, as soon as he said, the guy was amazing. He said, but as soon as he pushed up just 2 faders, it was all there, And what's funny, I find now, is that at the time, everyone thought the Pistols were playing so fast, and playing so badly or whatever, oh, punk, I remember, Rick Wakeman and his stupidity and all that, I mean, that was ridiculous. He should have kept his mouth shut. But you listen to it now, and actually it's quite slow. Not slow, but, it chugs. Whereas punk died because it became so lumpen. Punk, instead of being Joe Strummer, became Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious, who couldn't play, who was not that bright, who charismatic but not bright, and so but he became the figurehead. So suddenly punk had to be this thing that it had started off not being. It was more. There was more light touch. It was more fleet of foot than what it became. And it's funny because I think it's one of the reasons why a lot of ex-punks and all that, or people, who are, I don't think ex is the right word, but who were at the time, liked world music so much. I say world music, I use it advisedly, but their ears are just a lot more open to other possibilities. I mean, I find a lot of rock so very boring. In fact, these days when I go out to buy something, I tend to go back a bit. There's only handfuls of bands I don't know, Fucked Up, I think, are really good. The Pains Have Been Pure at Heart, the Vivian Girls. There's a lot of bands coming out of Brooklyn who are particularly hot. There's what they call the Slow Club out of California. There's a kind of a wave of bands in the States, but it's kind of easier in many ways for those guys because you can sort of make a career without ever leaving your state. Because there's almost, if you're in California and you kind of break your state, you can sell as many records as you're ever going to do in this country.
Yeah, getting back to the Members and world music, I mean, the Members, you were using reggae before the Specials and everyone, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, Jerry Downs actually said somewhere that, we were one of the influences on it. I mean, Rico Rodriguez was playing with us, and it was after seeing him play with us, I think, that, the Specials.
And the Members came afterwards.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they're all probably influenced.
In fact, ironically, we went away on tour, and that was the tour we went to Australia and New Zealand and all that. We were away for quite some time, and we came back and we had all this new material written, but two-tone and broken. And of course, some of the stuff we were doing was right in that area of stuff. So suddenly, with the Members, were no longer. It became like, oh, they're just trying to be two-tone. And actually there were songs that we'd been playing, but when we'd gone away, there was no one around. We hadn't heard of the Specials, and I think the first I heard of them was when I was in Australia, and someone said, have you heard this track, Gangsters? And I think they were great, I thought it was brilliant, but at the time I did actually think it was a little bit just covers, But I mean, Jerry Dammers is pretty special guy, But
and you like not Jack the Lad, but like Ian Drury-ish up there doing it.
Yeah, I was. Well, because I was You know, it was before I had my first hip replaced, so I was kind of quite. I was very, you know, I'd limp. In fact, weirdly, I remember I was on Farringdon Station one time, and a little old lady said, "Are you Ian Dury's son?" Because I was limping along in my long leather coat and stuff. And I said, "Madam, you know, I wish, actually, he's a lovely bloke." I said, "But I think you'll find he's got polio and it's not hereditary." And
he's got a daughter.
Yeah, and a son, Baxter.
Oh, yes.
But, so, you know, I was always, in fact, you know, there's footage of me wearing a splint on my arm, but because of the way it looked, people just assumed it was like punk jewellery almost, but actually it was, I had very, very bad wrists at the time. So, you know, that kind of impacted to a degree.
I shall sing night. Good night, God bless, thanks a lot.